Chicken coop update time. I just had to clean the coop out. We had terrible rains this week, and just from the wind blowing, I haven't sealed around the doors. All the bedding was wet. Plus, I haven't cleaned it out for a couple weeks, so the smell was starting to smell like a farm. We don't like that. But it's now the middle of July, and I built this coop in the middle of January, so we're looking at like a 6-month update. Now, today, there was like stuff, since it was wet, stuck to the floor. So when I built this, I put linoleum down on the floor, which I'm very, very happy about. I just bought a cheap piece of linoleum from Home Depot. I have a couple tears in it, but I'm not really worried about it because it's a chicken coop. But it worked really good. And there was clumps on the floor, so I thought about mopping the floor. But I'm kind of doing this as a public service announcement. If there's anything I've learned in over 30 years of marriage, is you don't bring your wife's brand new mop out to mop the chicken coop floor. Take that to heart. Don't do it. So I just did the next best thing and brought the hose in, sprayed everything down. Now I'm waiting for it to dry out, and then I'll put a layer of diatomaceous earth down. Helps keep the bugs and stuff down, and put new bedding in here. Got some curious bystanders here. So for those first time that haven't seen my coop before, I actually have, these are roosting bars that I put on a hinge. For easy clean out, I put doors there. And all I have to do is raise up my, with one hand, it's not too easy, but there we go. And I have automatic roosting bars. And since we built it, a couple things we added were, I had a log out in the yard, which they really like. I would say that that's about the 5-foot mark. And since they liked it so much, we added one going across here too, which is probably at the 7-foot mark, because I can walk under it. Definitely don't want to do that in the middle of the night because you will get poop on your head. So, and you see I have a couple cabinets that I just had left over from some real estate projects I did. I just keep the food in there to keep it dry and off the floor. And this one over by the door here I used to keep their treats and stuff in. Couple tools. I have 16 nesting boxes for 33 hens. I don't really need them all. I think they use about 4 of them. I have a broken flower pot as a toy. But only half of my hens are laying right now, if that. Maybe out of 33, I might have 12 to 15 laying. So, all their food I just hang from the ceiling on these ratchet bars with these feeders, which are empty right now. That's probably why they're mad. That works out good. I usually have 2 feeders in here and then one center one with a big 3-gallon water. Works out fine. I just use the bedding from Tractor Supply, but the main point of this video is just to show after 6 months how much the linoleum's holding up and how well I like it. It's so easy to clean. It's a little bit wet right now. I'm just waiting for it to dry out and I will finish this project up. I'll give you a quick snapshot of the bedding down. Don't forget to smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel. Could always use a little more viewers. Thank you. So I also forgot to mention that I have lights in here. 2 lights and a couple outlets. I have an outlet right there in the ceiling and one on the wall there. And I use those for heating lamps in case I needed them. I moved them out here when they were kind of small. They were only 6 weeks old. I was really worried about them. I was a new chicken owner, and I was worried they'd be cold. It's totally not the case, but now I just use them in case I want to keep the water warm, and if they really need a place to huddle, they can. But right now it's summertime, so it doesn't matter. I also on Facebook found these 2 windows for $5 a piece. They're just a sash. They don't open up or anything, but I was able to just cut them in and give the chickens a little bit of light so they know what time of day it is for their egg clock. Oop, look out. And the only other feature I wanted to show you, which is pretty cool, I'm really happy about this, are my nesting box access. When I come to the outside, all I have to do is open this up and I have access to my eggs. Never have to go in the coop. If somebody's scared, I'll show you how it works. Got a brown egg in here waiting. Right there, look at that. So this egg and this egg are fake because I have 2 hens that are nesting right now. They just sit on those eggs probably 20 hours a day. But they're not aggressive. I just give them something to do. And I also had it elevated just to give them a little fenced in run. Kind of protect them from predators. Put a little bath in there for them. Oh, look at that. Huh. And I was worried about the ramp being too vertical. So that's the ramp, which I can remove every time I got to clean it. So I have 2 little J hooks on there, if you can see them. And they just go into those 2 little pockets on the exit door there. That way I can remove it for cleaning. I have these large barn door style doors. I just open up and I can sweep everything right out. And what I do is just throw the bedding down into the chicken run, give them another play for it, and let the stuff decompose. Now I haven't cleaned that out yet, but it doesn't smell. It's out here. And then I just have that chicken bath full of topsoil, diatomaceous earth, some ash, and some sand, so they can go in there and spin around and get cleaned up. But I do have a bunch of climbers on my hands. These girls love to climb. All right, let me dry that up and finish this up. Smash up that like button.